Well, certainly President Biden's recognition of the Armenian Genocide last year was a huge milestone for us, and something that the Armenian American community has strived for about 60 years now, in terms of gaining U.S. recognition. It gives us a good booster shot in the arm, in the sense that getting America's recognition unequivocally from the federal government opens up a lot of doors and also puts pressure on Turkey. Obviously, it doesn't end our struggle, because the main thing is to get the Turkish government to recognize the Armenian genocide and to pay reparations for it. But America's position on this, being so unequivocal and coming right from the top, is a good start for us. We are still marching in front of the Turkish consulate. We are still calling for the Turkish government to accept responsibility for the genocide and to pay reparations and deliver some justice to the Armenian people. Their failure to do so and their refusal thus far to accept that responsibility, and their ongoing denial campaign in that regard, is just further reason for us to continue our struggle and to continue to march each year and year round to voice these demands. So the next step now is to hold these two countries accountable for their current actions and their more recent actions, which really are just a continuation of the genocidal intent that started back in the early 20th century, in furtherance of their pan-Turkic agenda. If you look at any map of the region, you will see that Armenia is the only country that stands in the way of linking Turkey to the other Turkic states east of Armenia, including Azerbaijan, starting with Azerbaijan and going on to other Turkic states as well. So their intent is to wipe Armenia off the face of the earth. And it started 100 years ago. It continues until today. And the reason they've gotten away with it is because nobody has held them accountable. The U.S. must hold Turkey and Azerbaijan accountable. There are many ways that that can be done. It started with the recognition of the genocide, and that's great, but it doesn't end there at all. The United States continues to send billions of dollars in military aid both to Turkey and Azerbaijan. There is a Section 907 of the Freedom Support Act that was passed a couple of decades ago, whereby the US government was precluded from sending any military assistance to Azerbaijan unless it was proven that it would not be used in an offensive manner against Armenians. Azerbaijan has never proven that. On the contrary, they've continued to use US weapons against Armenians. And each year, the President of the United States, since 2001, has waived the provisions of Section 907 and has allowed that military assistance to continue. We are calling on the US government now to, and specifically to President Biden, not to waive the provisions of Section 907 and in fact to enforce them. That would be a huge step. Another thing would be to not let Turkey get away with its violations of its NATO responsibilities as a NATO member state. Turkey has been the aggressor in the region, both with respect to Armenia and Artsakh, as well as in Syria and Cyprus and other areas. And yet, while Turkey goes and buys Russian-made weapons that basically thwart NATO's capabilities, they're allowed to get away with it. And the US government needs to stand up to a bully like President Erdogan of Turkey and President Aliyev of Azerbaijan and hold them accountable and say, we are not going to allow you to do these things.